Birds. Here. Birds.
What?
Birds, wake up.
Hey.
Hey, snap out of this.
Dude.
Guys, hey guys.
You've literally just been running around on Pantheon for
Dropping
4 straight
Nova bombs
days.
on top of all of y'all.
Birds, you haven't eaten. Looks like you haven't slept. Come on, man. We got to back out of this game. We got to start a new one.
Guys, I'm so hype. I've never been this hype before. I keep listening to Rise Up. I've been listening to it since last Monday.
Okay, but it's not good that you're just spending hours on end, days
Just
even.
starting to understand it.
Okay, but spawning into Pantheon on a solo Rumble game, just looking at stuff,
What are you
it's not
doing
healthy.
in here? Get out! Get out! This is my Rumble! Get out!
Oh, God.
Leave me!
Burns, I think he might have the Crucible polio.
I think he's got
Leave me.
Poker Us, but for Destiny.
What are all these sparkles?
Oh, God. All right. On with the show.
Whew, guys, that was weird. I feel way better now. But, yeah, weird little fugue state I entered for the last week.
Well, we've all been in sort of a weird hyperactive mindset for the past week. Even though I was going to say, you know what, guys, I'm going to take a week off of Destiny. I'm going to gear up Rise of Iron. I'll be playing a lot. There's nothing really to do.
And then they went and dropped private matches. And then Bones went and dropped Rise Up. And then Greenie went and dropped Rise Up behind the scenes.
Yes.
And I just play a private match. I watch Rise Up. I watch Rise Up behind the scenes. Repeat. That's my past week.
Birds accounts for all of the views on that.
Yep.
No one else has seen it.
Welcome to Crucible Radio, the podcast for all things Destiny PvP. Swain, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm a little tired. It's been a long week. I'm getting ready for Rise Up, trying to sleep. I'm just trying to get some sleep in, guys. I'm sleepy.
I appreciate that you're feeling tired, that you got a lot of things going on. You just want to catch up. But I like Sleepy Swain. I just like being around him. He's funny. He kind of slurs his words. He says funny stuff. I'm doing good. I'm having a pretty good week. Bonesy, how about you?
I'm pretty fantastic. Nothing wrong with this week. I actually am playing less Destiny, and I'm feeling good because I know I'm about to get obsessed with Rise of Iron. It's inevitable. Mm-hmm. When I am on, we've got private matches now, and we're going to talk about that all day today because it has completely changed the shape of the Crucible. It has the game is different. It's like it was always here. Mm-hmm. But it's brand new and we're excited about it, and it makes playing the Crucible fun in a way we've always dreamed of.
Oh man, I feel for all of the content creators out there for next week and the weeks after that when Bungie sneaks in something at reset on a day that no one expects, and they have to get up at like 4 a.m. to make a video about it.
Yeah, I'm sort of glad our online presence doesn't revolve too highly around being the first to find something. And I'm super appreciative of all those people who do. And I can just check Twitter and find out exactly what's going on immediately. But yeah, it's like a stressful thing.
I kind of got a scoop this week.
Yeah.
I hopped on my lunch break and hopped into a private match just by myself. Just wanted to check it out. Had a couple minutes. Loaded in a timekeeper and started running laps. And then I did my favorite thing, which is to put on Bones of Yao and just see how high I could jump. Jumped up on a platform, found a dead ghost. What's he doing there?
Wow.
Tweeted about it, got all the retweets. It's rare I get a scoop like that, but I got a scoop.
Got recycled.
Recycled it left and right. So, yeah, we got to go on that ghost hunt. You guys have already done the ghost hunt. I only found the one.
I'm almost
Go check
done.
out the rest of them.
We loaded into a bunch of matches last night to try and find ghosts, and then things just devolved into
Shooting each other.
silly antics. Like we were playing keep away from one person.
Yeah.
There was just a ghost in the corner, and they were like, all right, everybody switch teams. And we were just keeping him off of the ghosts.
Good. Well, it's not like you're not going to shoot each other while you're in there. I mean,
Yeah.
Requires a level that we're just not ready for.
I was actually a little annoyed that my crispy 5,000 grimoire suddenly has to change. But I need to get back up in that top 1%. Or else, what am I playing this for?
Let's go up to 6,000. You could do it. Nice round number. Not sure if it's possible. But,
Yeah, I don't know if it goes that high, but
well, you'll get there. So do we just dive in with this? Private matches, first impressions. I guess my first impression was...
Take us back to the MLG event that happened this week.
Yeah. Speaking of private matches.
So that's where it got dropped.
So we had Alpha and Bravo full of amazing players. There's 12 of them. I don't want to try to read them off right now. You know who they are.
You could field an entire team with people that have been on this show.
Yeah. And it was really fun. They all played Supremacy 6v6 on mostly all of the new maps. They had a game on Bannerfall as well. It looks pretty hectic. It looks really fun. I actually, more so than ever, I'm looking forward to Supremacy. I sort of thought it would be another change of pace objective mode like Rift. I don't play Rift super hardcore, especially I think pub games can get a little wonky. Supremacy looks really legit, though. I think it fits well with where Destiny is at right now. I think it's fun and aggressive. It really encourages you to be pushing forward, but you got to have that risk reward scenario of, do I want to go for this crest or do I need to get a kill right here? I think there's really good competition to be had in an objective mode. And I love seeing a scoreboard that's not just the standard 3,000 points because of standard Destiny scoring. It's a really nice change of pace.
It's going to be interesting seeing how the super situations plays out, because it looked like a lot of the roaming supers and like quick up in your face supers were the ones that were perfect for it. Like Nova Bomb was great because you could just drop it on them, and then as soon as everyone's dead, you just walk over and pick up all the crests. Or Stormcaller, where you could just kind of waltz around and pick up crests as you kill each person.
Well, we saw a ton of shotgun usage, not as much sniping. True Vanguard holding down the Voops.
Woo!
And I'm wondering if, at least in 6v6, if shotgun doesn't really make more sense than a sniper in that scenario, just by virtue of the fact that you're so much closer that you just have a much better chance of picking up the crest when you grab it, instead of sniping and relying on a teammate to get in there for you to pick it up.
I also saw on Reddit, don't crucify me if my stats aren't 100% correct, but someone did say that there was a majority of primary kills. Everyone was commenting, there's too many shotguns. And actually most of the kills came from primaries, which I found kind of surprising and kind of cool. So it was a nice balance. I know Triple Rec and a few of them said that 6v6 is a little chaotic, so I don't know if this is the exact format we'll see, but some 4v4 has been played a lot by a lot of people this past week, and 4v4 seems to really feel good. So
one other thing I appreciated was our very own friend of the show, Mr. M-Tash himself, doing some commentary.
Did a great job.
He did a fantastic job. Bonesy, you got some competition.
I think, yeah.
But I mean, I think it's a rising tide kind of thing. Just hearing the level of insight in the play, and doing that for a really wide scale audience, I think the sort of days of just watching a tournament on someone's stream and hearing the in-stream chat are coming to an end, and that the expectation is you really get to hear some of the strategy and some of the tactics behind what you're actually seeing on screen. It was nice.
63,000 people watching on Wednesday. It was morning for me. I mean, people are showing up to this. That was really cool.
That was more than Halo, and I think it was it COD as well when they had some of their first competitions.
Yeah.
So it's up there. You guys are supporting it, and if you continue to support it, it will continue to grow.
What I love too is that there was really high level gameplay on screen with someone capable of breaking that down, because with this whole month or two of gameplay, and I don't know why promotional stuff has what it has, but it seems a little slow. They don't want to show everything. They're not playing high level intense scenarios. It's one guy kind of hit firing a scout rifle. And I feel like if someone is looking at Destiny from the outside the past couple months going like, what's everyone's deal with Rise of Iron? Is this game good again? Did they fix it? Does anyone play this game? And they see something like that MLG thing and they're like, whoa, okay, clearly, because that's never how I envisioned the game. And with private matches and stuff like this, getting it out there, people are seeing that this game has been pretty intensely competitive for a while now, and now it's just more accessible, which is what we've been hoping for a very long time.
Well, are you guys ready to dive in? I have to say, along those lines, one of my favorite things so far with private matches has been seeing just how many more game modes are potentially, quote unquote, competitive than just the 3v3 skirmish that was the first 2 years of Destiny. There's a million different possible game variants going on in Destiny and private matches, and I feel like we're just starting to scratch the surface of how this thing actually plays.
Man, just looking at something like what just came out, the Crucible RMG, where you can just hit a button and it randomly generates a fun game mode. Could be like Inferno 3v3, elimination, or whatever, what have you, and you're just ready to have some fun.
Yeah, if you have not seen this is really cool. CrucibleRMG.com. It's not Crucible my initials, even though I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just type in what you want to do, how many people you have, and it kind of forms a game mode for you. And it gives sort of everyone sort of arguing in orbit. And you might actually see some community creation stuff like hide and seek with Broman and maybe a Crucible radio mode. We're working on some stuff. So yeah, that's a sweet thing. And I was messing around with it at work, just putting in all these combinations because there's more than you realize just looking at the menus.
You guys want to dig into some of the favorites that you've seen? Maybe you haven't even played it, but you've heard of?
Oh yeah. I sort of forced us the very first night we played to just play one I've wanted to play for a long time, which is a 30-minute Rumble. The thing I loved about it is that it was a 6-person Rumble where everyone was in the same party chat. Like, I love Rumble. I think it's one of the game modes I play my best in. Had a ton of fun on it. But being able to play and you're not racing against the clock and you get to talk to your friends the whole time because it's not like you're making call outs or anything. It was just a blast. And you can play it with any number of people, which is always nice. Just the long format Rumble, man, that was the one for me.
I liked that too. You can sort of just get in a zone or not have to be in a zone depending on how you're approaching it. It was fun regardless. And it flies by. It's kind of funny. You're just like, you just enjoy passing the time without going back to orbit every 10 minutes. I loved the end of the game too, where it was just like 40 kills, 37 kills. And I was like, whoa, scores are out of control.
Being able to see people that do these matches and then them finishing up, you can really tell how quickly the newer consoles can handle in and out of game modes. Like you are just in and out, and there's not too much downtime between matches.
What about you, Swain? What game mode were you excited to see in action?
I didn't get to play too much yet, but I did see one online that I want to try. It's called Showdown at high noon.
It's high noon.
Yeah, you get 2 people, both of them with the last word and a sword, and you get a third person who's a gunslinger. All right, so they go equal distance from each other, and the gunslinger, who's the third person, throws a trip mine down in the middle, and when the trip mine explodes, they have to switch to their last word and shoot each other.
That's great. Do you get a like reload and keep fighting, or
no? It's the first one that's dead.
Okay, spin, turn, shoot.
Yep.
Whew.
I also saw what was ridiculous. Looked like 12 defenders just punching each other on top of Firebase. With the fun police, just bubbles on top of bubbles, armor of light, just like people punching each other and nothing coming of it.
That's fantastic. What about you, Bonesy? What do you like?
I have to say the most fun I've had, and I've had so much fun, I've tried out a good amount of things. The most fun has been 4v4 elimination. There's this added level of craziness. We extended the round timer a little bit, and it's just, it's so intense how easily it can go one way, and then you get a revive and push back and stuff. We'd see 3 people dead on one side of the map, and then suddenly it's flipping the other direction. I just think elimination is really fun when you add more people, and I'm excited to keep testing that on different maps that we don't normally play trials on. I mean, what a huge benefit, which is playing any game mode on any map. I just think that one's, it's the perfect amount of chaos, fun, and pure competition if you want it to be. And that's just really fun for me because I'm going to take every game seriously and competitively, regardless of how silly it is. And that one is just the best balance of the two.
I was amazed at how big a difference adding one person to the teams changed elimination. Elimination is not my favorite game mode. And it can be so high stakes because, You down one person, that 2v3 is a huge difference. You have a little bit more wiggle room with 4. You also have the ability to do stronger pushes and stronger flanks. And like you say, there's both more opportunities for revives and less opportunities to actually get in there and get a revive when you've got 4 opponents to go up against. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it made the map feel smaller. We played on Shores of Time, and I've played 1,000 control games on that map since the beta, but it felt extremely cramped with elimination. And Trials kind of involves that stare down where you might spend 30 seconds at a time not shooting your gun. And in 4v4, like you were saying, with the extra ability to flank and push, you can't just sort of stop and watch a body that you sniped. You have to constantly check your left and right and worry about what your other team is doing. Much more fast paced.
I've seen a lot of comments about adding 4s to the rotations for different things like skirmish and for elimination, making it a better game mode. And a lot of people are really enjoying 4s in like the very high end competition scene because it takes away, it's not as super coordinated as it would be before because there is another person on the map. The pushes are definitely different. You can't always push in on, there's not always going to be one person when the other 2 are waiting to spawn. But I've also seen this being an argument for like looser rules too, because a lot of people are having fun with the exotics and everything, with the game battles rules, kind of just being don't be a dick.
Yep. No suicides, and that's it.
No suicides, and that's it. So people are still having fun, it seems, and enjoying these highly competitive matches with multiple subclasses or what have you. Maybe there's a future in different rules.
All right. Well, let's take just a minute to pause here and give a shout out to our sponsor. I love him. I love him so much. So glad to have him sponsoring the show. This week, it's Casper.
What?
Casper mattresses.
Casper, not the ghost bullets.
No.
This is the mattress.
I feel like a crucial part of Sleepy Swain is that he doesn't get to spend enough time on his Casper mattress. But maybe I have it wrong.
I love sleeping so much. And I've been trying to do a lot of it this week in preparation for the drop of Rise of Iron next week. And sleeping on this mattress, oh my God, makes it so much easier.
I mean, when you wake up, you're not all hot. The mattress is nice and cool. You got the support so you wake up and you don't feel like you just spent 25 minutes putting a crick in your neck. It's something else. They got 2 different kinds of foam in there. You've got your latex foam. It's springy. It's breathable. And then you got the memory foam up top, which is...
you just sink right into it.
It's just perfect.
It's like a little hug.
I've had this thing for a couple months now, and it was just one of the best changes we ever made. I get less sleep than ever now, and I wake up feeling so refreshed.
Mattresses can cost you a whole lot. And why would you want to just go and buy a mattress you didn't really get to sleep on when Casper offers free delivery and free returns with their 100-night home trial?
You're not completely in love with it. They'll do it all. They'll pick it up. They'll refund you. I don't know how they fit it back inside that tiny box, but they take care of it. You pay nothing, but I'm telling you, you're not going to want to send it back, and you're not going to spend a ton of money to it. Some showroom. It's $500 for a twin size mattress, $750 for a full, $850 for a queen. Time Magazine named it one of the best inventions of 2015. It's free shipping, free returns. Give it a shot. So go check it out right now. Casper's hooking it up for Crucible Radio listeners. They're going to give you $50 off any mattress purchase.
What?
Just by visiting casper.com/crucible and using offer code Crucible. Terms and conditions apply.
You know what you can do with that $50? You can buy Rise of Iron and some snacks.
And get a good night's sleep on your Casper mattress so you can wake up at reset to play Rise of Iron with us. Check it out. Casper.
Okay, so... we've talked about some of the competitive game modes. What has been the most crazy fun one? Because we've tried out a few.
Oh God, what Duba had me laughing so hard. What were we doing that was so funny?
I don't know. Was it 3v3 Rift on First Light?
It was 3v3 Rift on First Light, and actually 3v3 and 4v4 Rift on Rusted Lands. 3v3 is not enough to do Rift properly. Like, you're gonna get a lot of rifts through, but just goofing around with sidearms and snipers and vehicles. Oh God, the vehicles! I've not laughed so hard in such a long time.
You want to know what the most insane Rift mode is?
What's that?
It's 6v6 on Burning Shrine. 6v6 Rift.
Oh my God.
You gotta go, what, like 30 feet or so?
The Rift spawns in the middle, and then you know where special is on both sides? That's where you have to dunk it. So literally it takes you, if you are right there, it takes you 2 seconds to get to the Rift spot, and it can be crazy. I panicked and like immediately turned around and started going, and I ran into like the spinny wall, and there's like 5 people shooting at me from all angles.
Better get that skate on. I loved the Rift on Rusted Lands because they put the spark in Suicide.
Oh yeah,
which is like, we've taken the one place on this map that everybody has learned to avoid, and we've incentivized everybody going in there for this entire game mode.
It was funny too, because we'd flip and we'd be standing on opposite sides of the tunnel, not wanting to peek in, but on the opposite sides of our own rift.
Yeah.
So like, if anyone could pick it up, they'd just run straight backwards and have plenty of room. And we're all just like, wait, what are we doing? And then everyone would rotate
Whatever.
to try to prevent
Not
it.
going in there.
Also found out you can drive the spark into the rift while on your Sparrow. It will still count. It had some really funny, just like full on drive your Sparrow into the end on first light. Rift is chaos.
What were we playing last? We were playing the elimination on Bastion.
Yes.
Oh boy.
A 7-round elimination with just interceptors and those, what are they called? The heavy pikes pooping out bombs.
So, Bonesy, I know you've been working on coming up with some game modes of your own. I haven't gotten a chance to play test them with you yet, but you actually gave them a shot. What are you ready to talk about these? Anything you want to share yet?
Yes, I think I am ready, because I think I want some feedback on this. So, listeners, if you can get 8 people together and test this out, I really want to refine this and make it something really playable, because there's a few kinks that need to be solved. But what I'm working with right now, I'm calling it Heavy Attack. And basically what it does is it takes elements of tower defense, of capture the flag, and other game modes, and just kind of twists the objective a little bit. So it's called Heavy Attack because the actual goal is to pick up heavy. Okay, so let's go through the choices. Game type, Mayhem. This is because you want the heavy ammo box to be spawning many times throughout the game. Maps, it's really working best on Burning Shrine or Crossroads. I really don't know about any other maps right now, and you'll see why, but this is all about defense and attack, and Shrine has this great indoor-outdoor scenario, and Crossroads has the far heavy on the far outside with all the portals, and then the bigger space and on the solid ground, if you will. So then, it's Mayhem, score limit the same, time limit the same, light level disabled, because it's not that serious. Either way, so what's going on here is that one team is the attackers and the other team is defending. The attackers, who will start outside, we'll talk about Shrine for this example, and their job is to push in and pick up the inside heavy. And if they can do that, they are awarded a point. So it's actually played in 2 rounds. The attackers try to pick up the inside heavy box as much as possible, as many times as possible. Then you stop, game is over, switch sides, and now the defenders are attacking, and they have to do another game where they try to pick up the heavy inside as much as possible. Now, this gets really nuts because it's Mayhem. So it's mostly supers all the time. And you're just all in that one back room in the Shrine going nuts. And you can try to force them to spawn outside, so the defending team has to run back in to try to play defense. But what happens is you need to sort of organize a push so that when the heavy's coming out, you can just be there to grab it.
And how did it play?
Honestly, it played pretty fun. The scoring is the part where I'm struggling with, because how it seems right now is that defending the heavy doesn't last too long. You can keep them off of it. You can say, all right, the heavy is up, but I'm going to keep them away from it for like 15 seconds. But then it's just crazy. Someone uses a super and they pick it up. Then you retreat, you reset, you have to go back to the other heavy. You actually have to pick up the outside heavy so it can spawn again. So each team must go back to the heavy. All 4 of you stand on the heavies and you wave and signify the next attack. So what happens is you might be able to hold them off for 10 or 15 seconds longer on a round. But with the heavy ammo spawns and the way it might end the game before the next heavy, we were just going 5 and 5. Like we'd pick it up 5 times with 5 pushes, and then the next team would attack and pick it up 5 times with pushes. So I'm thinking defense needs a little more strength. So I'm wondering if we could test it with 4 people on defense and 3 attackers. Now this would mess with the round system. You wouldn't be able to immediately flip because it's lopsided, but it could just be let's play one game. 3 people decide they want to attack and they have to go in and pick up the heavy, and they have a little more resistance so that the defense can try to end the game before they pick up more than 4 or 5 heavy crates.
Okay, check this out. What if you did 6 people total and you had 4 defend, 2 attack? So you'd probably only get 1 to 3 points per, although it is mayhem. You've got some options. And then you just play 3 rounds. So every pair of 2 gets a chance to be the attackers.
It's definitely possible. It's my goal here is to have mayhem be a strategy as opposed to go in there and just press L1 and R1 together a bunch of times.
Well, I press X, but that's just me.
All right, sick jumper setup, dude.
It's puppeteer.
But what we noticed is certain supers are slayers. Some were a little defensive. We had a tether on defense that actually worked pretty well. The problem is you just get these immediate pushes and everyone wipes and you reset. It's very, very back and forth. The trades are pretty much imminent. With 4-on-2, I'm just picturing a gunslinger and a tether having all the fun in the world, preventing 2 people from entering a map. I mean, when you get 4 people just sitting on aggressive supers, it might just shut them down for the entire map, which is why 4v3 might work. I found Gunslinger to be really effective. We were actually playing Crossroads, and I had so much fun switching up the push. So we'd see heavy coming in 15 seconds, and I'd choose where I'm going to attack from. And I do the back portal, and I pop my golden gun and walk through and try to pop off 3. And then they started reading that. So the other team would throw grenades all over the portal when the timer was there. And I'd walk in and just get like massacred and evaporated immediately. So then the next push, the heavy's counting down. I pop it and I shoot over the man cannon and I kill 2 of them before I've even touched the ground. And then I'm right there landing on the heavy. So that was really fun. But it's a lot of trades. It's a lot of chaos. So I just want the scoring to be a little more solid. And I think the defense does need a slight advantage.
There's all sorts of things to think about there.
Yeah, I think you raised the bar on this show for custom game modes. Swain, we're gonna have to get to work, come up with something to beat that. But
1v1 Voops only.
Swain's dream right there.
Actually, no, I think I have my game mode. I might have talked about this last week. No, I don't think I did. Okay, it's called Crota's End. And what you do is you have light enabled. You have one person at 335. And then everyone else has to use the lowest light gear they can. Yeah. And you just play 1v5. And so I get to be the guardian and you all have to be like thralls or dregs or something. Oh, you have to equip Dreg's Promise or Queen's Breakers and only use that. Yes.
I want to be a vandal.
Okay, you could be Randall the Vandal.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, if you want to play the most intense Crucible Radio special mode, we're calling it the sauna. Burning Shrine, max score, max time, rumble. Mm-hmm. Go for it. Sweat it out till you can't walk anymore.
It's just such a treat. That's probably my favorite combination that ever existed. If you wanted to really up it a notch, then decide if you're going to be Bird's Bones or Swain and play Night Stalker, Stormcaller, or Sunbreaker, respectively.
Or just do all solar subclasses to get it extra hot.
Extra hot. I play Inferno.
It's getting hotter. You know, it's funny. Inferno Rumble came around this week, and I had a blast playing it. But I have to say, it's a little less exciting when your favorite weekly comes around, when you can play it anytime you want.
Yeah. Like a month ago, I was like losing my shit over Inferno Rumble, and now I'm like, yeah, that's something I can do now that all my friends went to bed and we can't play custom matches.
I guess along those lines, you want to know one of my favorite things about private matches is that, I just can't tell you how many times we've had a group of 3, and so we can play skirmish or salvage or classic rumble, whatever. And then one more person wants to play with us, and it's like, I guess we're playing Clash. And it's the kind of thing that sort of it disincentivizes playing with your friends. Someone feels bad and says, I can leave if you want to play skirmish. Or, you try and divvy up, or you say, okay, well, let's see if we can get 6 now, and then we can sweat and go into try and beat the matchmaking. And now it's really just the more the merrier. Even if you have an odd number of people, that just makes it extra funny. You never have to turn anyone away. You can play any game mode you want, regardless of how many people want in on it. It's a small change, but I think it's going to affect the community and affect how people decide to spend their time in the Crucible.
Everyone's included. Woo!
Yeah, it's true.
Look, guys, we have much to do, much testing to be done. More fun modes, more competitive modes. We're going to be practicing. The Crucible Radio Slack tournament has occurred by the time you're listening to this. And this was set up by Crowther a long time ago, leading up to Rise of Iron. We didn't even know that private matches would be out. And so we're also excited that we actually just get to do it the easy way. And that's going to be fun. And so the fact that that's happening, and that just a group of people in a Discord or a Slack can throw together a tournament without needing, MLG and stuff like that. Like, that's just so much fun. There's so much to experience. But Rise of Iron is out. I mean, good chance, if you're not one of our day one listeners, that you might be playing it right now. And there's an overwhelming amount of Destiny that's hitting us this week. And we are going to be digging in. It's nice to be overwhelmed and have too much to cover, where we have to start choosing what topics we actually want to talk about on the show, that there's actually too much for us to talk about all of it. Luckily, we get to narrow it down to just PvP. But, I'm thinking some good Supremacy discussion is in for next week. But until then, we got questions from the listeners. We want to hear them. Swain, what do we got?
Sergeant C. Man asks 1v1 me? Yeah, but there's 3 of us, so which
1v3?
What? Which one?
Well, let's play Rumble, aka 1v1 v1 v1 v1.
That works.
There you go.
We got one from Ninja with Noel.
Ooh.
And he wants to know, Crucible Radio, what's each member of the CR's team favorite shape in the Crucible? What part of the map do you get stuck on the most? Guy feels about shapes. I'll tell you what, I love Burning Shrine because it's all squares and rectangles, and I've been having so much fun with the spike grenade, and it helps when you have vertical and horizontal surfaces to stick it against. Square, screw a circle.
Mine is triangle because I just listen to whatever Bungie tells me. Derek Carr said triangles are good.
3 is the best number. It does make a triangle.
That's true.
I get stuck on this stupid tree crate thing on Asylum out in the middle. I always try to hop over it and get a nice angle, and then I jump and I fall down, and then I'm hopping back up, and at this point everyone knows where I am, and I'm just sort of stuck on the side of a tree in the middle of the map.
Tree shape.
Did you see the clip of Texas Prod getting stuck in that little tree on Rusted during some sweats?
Oh, no.
It's right around the corner on B, and Fallout turns the corner and you just see Prod trying to jump out of a tree. Perfect.
Mr. Brian Lawrence asks, is it hard being the best podcast ever? Not when you get a good night's sleep.
God damn it.
I'm starting to sense some of these questions are not entirely serious.
That question was by Crucible, or that was by Casper Mattresses that asked that.
Yep. Okay, here's a serious question. Keen Koala asks, which of the 3 hosts do you think will retire from the game first, and why?
Well, someone said it was me. It's not going to be me.
I feel like people think it would be me because I'm kind of a sideliner.
We
but
also already threatened to in the last episode. So
Did I?
yeah,
You don't remember?
you were very clear that Fallout would take your place immediately.
Well, I mean, he would. He's ready to swoop in.
It's definitely not me. I have nothing else going on.
Okay. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
It's birds. Sorry.
Yeah, it might be me. All right, here's one from Mr. Rich GTR. He says, I've been using sidearms since the update. They feel good. Can we see them in competitive?
Have you guys seen the Trespasser working with the perk? It is just a 2 burst. So who knows? Maybe? I don't know many people that want to give up an exotic for a sidearm quite yet.
The one hit kill's tough to give up. I have to say, Dreg's Promise has made a comeback.
Yeah, whoa.
I don't know if it's competitive. I'd still prefer to have a shotgun when I'm being a tryhard, but it's a blast to play with. I really gave it a workout, and with like a nice pulse or a scout, what a treat.
I feel like it's really subjective as to what you think is competitive because, I mean, we watched True Vanguard playing on an MLG stage this week with a fusion rifle and defender subclass. So it really, and he wasn't doing all that bad. So it really all depends on how good you are at said sidearms.
I say no.
Yeah,
I say,
that's fair.
Do whatever the hell you want. Don't listen to Bones. He's a Debbie Downer.
Do whatever, don't apologize.
Use whatever, don't apologize.
Oy.
Right.
You have no clue how many times I've quoted that to people on Twitter this week.
I thought it was really funny, Swain, that you were quoting it at DestinyCon, and no one would know at that point. But I was like, "Hey, spoilers!"
That's how long I've been listening to it.
I know, dude. It's been in the works for a while.
Here's let's make this our last question. This is a good one. Mr. Dub Sevens asks, Crucible Radio, if you could suggest just one method of training to get good, what would it be? I feel like we give the same answers to this all the time, but you know what? It's good to be reminded of them because so few people actually do them. Record your matches, watch your gameplay, figure out why you're dying, and stop doing it. Lead an examined life.
Have a player that you know is better than you. Watch it. That's okay. It is definitely okay to have someone you know. They don't have to be a pro. You don't have to hit up Dr. Lupo to learn how to snipe, but you just say like, hey man, we play together and you hit a great shot. What do you notice? And that outside opinion will help a lot. But yeah, watch it yourself as well. Try to look at what you weren't paying attention to at the time. And it'll really increase your awareness. So the next time you're in there, you're thinking, oh, I always get hit from the left here. I never check this hallway. Or I never look down, blah, blah, blah. You'll start doing it because you'll remember that moment.
Play with those who are better than you and against those who are better than you. It's probably the most surefire way to get better.
I mean, I think all these answers are kind of similar, which is do things that are not comfortable. Getting outside of your comfort zone is awkward and is challenging and is frustrating, and it'll make you want to run back to whatever playlist you like the most. And that's good. Learn to relish that feeling and find ways to improve and to play well, even when you know you're struggling just to keep up.
I think of it as training with weights, and then when you go back to your normal thing, you feel lighter, you feel better. And you feel like everything's just a little bit easier.
All right. Well, I think that takes us through these questions. We're going to do just a little light episode this week because tomorrow Rise of Iron comes out. You know where we'll be. Have fun, you guys.
You're saying it tomorrow, but it's still so long away. Oh.
I know. And also we're recording this in the past. So future time is extra extravagant through the number line.
Future Bones, I hope you're getting a good night's sleep right now because you're waking up at 2 a.m.
I'm going to spend at least 2 hours in the tower.
Oh, dude, I have marks to dismantle. Hey, speaking of, here's what I've done. Here's my strategy, guys. For if you have been obsessively collecting and filling your vault like me, maybe you've just been going along for the ride. Also cool. But think about archetypes. That's your guide for what you should keep, what you should delete. If you have a God Roll Party Crasher, you already know to keep that. I don't have to tell you that. You have your Year 1 Matador with knee pads and rangefinder. Duh, keep it. But if you've got 6 hand cannons and 7 pulse rifles and 5 rocket launchers. Well, first of all, keep 1 rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Keep the best one of a certain archetype. Keep your best Ias Luna. Keep your best Hawksaw. Keep your best Nerwin's Mercy. Get rid of all those other rolls. You know what's good now. You know the ones that you gravitate towards. Just keep 1 of each. You're going to have a nice clean vault. And Javier, you won't have to tweet at me how much you want vault space.
And you never know what's going to be good in the next balance patch. So even though it is not the era of the slow-firing auto rifle right now, you never know. So hold on to
Full Monty, baby.
One of them.
Full Monty
The
meta.
Full Monty.
It's happening.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up.
Oh my God, I can't wait to fall asleep.
Back to the Casper mattress for Swain.
I'm going to go get myself infected in the Crucible.
Oh, I got sparkles everywhere. I was so excited when it happened, and then I realized just like everyone has it now.
It's not an infection. It's just glitter in the same way that when you touch anything glittery, you're glittery for a week. That's all that's happening.
And then everyone else is glittery.
Yeah, someone just spilled glitter on Memento and you just touched it.
Everywhere. Well, if you want to learn more about Crucible Radio, you want to listen to past episodes, you want to see our videos, you want to check out the montages, you want to find the Twitter, you want to join the Slack, you want to do any of it, go to crucibleradio.com.
And if your thumbs hurt, you want to get better, pick up some Control Freaks.
Do it.
Discount code Crucible for 10% off. Can't tell you how much I love them. I haven't touched those standard PS4 thumbsticks in a year and a half since I started using those. Trust me.
What's the Bonesy setup?
Galaxy on the left, mid-height. CQC on the right, both mid-height. CQC on the right is convex, and the one on the left is concave, because I'm normally holding forward to sprint. You know, it's the comfiest setup. It just feels better in my hands, and I'm not like cramping for hours at a time. So good.
Even in CQC.
But watch out when I shotgun, you can only see through me. Let me be clear.
He's doing it.
No, that's
He's doing
Duba.
it.
I know Duba and Daddy Fat Snaps verses. I've known them for months. They're just stuck in my head now.
I hope you know, Bones. We're going to have karaoke at the wedding, and we've already acquired all of the lyrics for you to do this live. So get ready.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we only have ABBA backing tracks, so you're going to have to make it work.
All right. We'll get a little freestyle here.
All right. I'll see you next week, guys.
Enjoy it. Rise of Iron.
Bye.
Tweet me all of your sweet gear.
What, Kingspire?
Go to sleep. Fuck you guys.
Coming to you from the Herrera Sound. It's a little different for us, but I'm digging it. Meet this guy at DestinyCon. So go check him out. It's theherrerasound.com. Got links to all the SoundCloud, everything there. And if you're a musician, send us your music, please. It's crucibleradio@gmail.com.